Hello everyone, welcome to Monday Newsday again. So we have a lot of stuff to go through. I think we have a apology letter from the director, we have some patch notes for the 21st, and we have the kit reveal for Dichi Rodion, and she is looking very spicy. So I already took a look at her, and she is actually a combination of discard, sinking, unga bunga, and tanking. She's just 4 things slapped into one character. So what happens here, right, is that we have this thing called Insight. And how Insight works is that it displays the rank of the last skill discarded by the unit with this effect. So when you discard something using your skill 2, your skill 3, and your defense skill here, you will keep that rank of the skill that you discarded as Insight. And Insight, what it does is that it has a few properties here. It will, first off, the most important one, it gives you a shield if this skill is discarded. You gain Insight times percentage of your max HP as a shield, no matter which move you use except for your guard. Another thing is that on use, if your Insight is X or higher, you gain coin power by Insight minus Y. I'm honestly not too sure what that actually does, but we will have to test it out when she's actually out. Besides that, she also generates a bunch of aggro on skill 2, on skill 3, and on her block. And then on the final on use, that is so many lines here. The final on use effect here is if the target has sinking, you gain clash power. And then here is if target has X plus sinking, you gain coin power. And coin power on a 4-coin skill looks super amazing. Oh my god. Like, what is this skill, man? I feel like they're just power creeping like crazy right now. Yeah, so if you can't tell yet, I believe your skill 1 here is definitely one of your main discard fodders. Your skill 2 will be trying to discard your skill 1, and your skill 3 here, you can just use it to discard whatever you want here. You will get quite a lot of insight from discarding 2 of your skills. So do take note that this is actually discard 2 and this is discard 1. So discard 2 is interesting, right? Because if you have 2 skills, like 2 skill slots, you use your skill slot, one of them, you use study. So what happens is that it will look at all of your slots, it will discard 2 of the lowest ones. So if you had 2 blues, they discard the 2 gloom skills. And then what happens is that if you have a second slot of this sloth move again, you can use it. It does not discard anything, but you can use it for Unga Bunga damage. And then if target has X plus sinking, you gain coin power plus Y. So if you give her 2 actions, you actually get to use this skill twice, which is very different from Olga. Olga discards all her skills, so you are not able to use her skill 3 twice. But for Rodion's case, she only discards 2, which means that she gets to use this skill twice. So very interesting that they've done this when they did Olga a little bit dirty there, so I'm not really sure what's going on. But yeah, I'm very excited for this character. The sinking, right, is quite easy actually when I was thinking about it. Why? Because she generates a lot of gloom, generates a lot of envy. And what does that mean? It means Rhyme Shank. And if you have up tie 4 Rhyme Shank and you're even willing to corrode, you can get a lot of sinking onto the enemy. Look at that corrosion sinking. 8 sinking and then 10 sinking potency, like, oh boy. With a skill 1 that's Gloom and a skill 2 that's Envy, Rhyme Shank very easily charged. And then you can get the effects here of gain Clash power and gain coin power for a bunch of damage. And that is not even all she has. She still has more. We still have that passive of hers, which looks absolutely crazy. Gain blunt damage up next turn based on damage that she took this turn. So this is actually how much damage she took. It's specifically like maybe 10% of her health, 15% of her health, something like that, that this unit took this turn. And then shield damage is also included in this calculation. So now you're kind of seeing the big picture. She discards, she gains insight, she gets a shield, she generates aggro so people hit her, and when people hit her, she likes getting hit because she will gain blunt damage up if they hit her shield or hit her health. She doesn't really care. And then if this unit has X insight at the end of the turn, so I don't know what the amount is, she will also remove a negative effect applied to herself. So she cleanses whatever debuffs the enemy have hit her with. So she has cleanse on her passive, so it's auto basically as long as you have the insight. She gains blunt damage if she gets hit. She generates aggro so she gets hit. and she fuels Rhyme Shank for the sinking count, and she gets coin power and clash power if we have enough sinking applied on the target. Oh my goodness, dude. Like, this is a lot of lines of text onto one character. So yeah, I'm thinking this character might be crazy busted, no matter how I look at it. It could end up like a Sun Shower Heathcliff situation, so I will be a little bit wary in this, because Sun Shower Heathcliff is kind of a middle ground right now. But then again, Sun Shower Heathcliff is a negative SP character, and his main issue is that his negative SP is a bit hard to maintain. But this Rodion here looks very promising with the sinking gang as well. So she I don't know, I don't think she's a negative coin character, could she? I mean, I don't see anything here that relates to sanity gain, so she's probably not a negative sanity character. But yeah, oh man, the synergy with Rhyme Shank is just too much for me. I can't. I think I have to pull her and try her, but I'm going to play on the safer side and just wait for the coins, I think. Oh man, the design is also so good. This is like a top tier character just in terms of design and in terms of this kit synergy. Oh boy, I can't wait to see the Unga Bunga damage she does. Okay, anyway. Rodion looking very, very strong. Looking like a tank, bruiser, sinking, damage dealer. Yeah. So, everything that I can think of in one character. The only thing she lacks is probably healing, but that can be solved because she also fills up Fluid Sac with these elements here, so yeah. And also fills up Pursuance actually when I think about it, because she has Sloth on the skill tree. So yeah, I think healing wise, just bringing one support is good enough. Yep, Rodion looking very, very good. Right, so enough about Rodion for now. Let's talk about schedule update September 21st. Rodion banner, as well as Gregor banner. For the Gregor banner, if maybe you are new, right, I would say only Zwei, Lantern, and G-Corp are kind of worth pulling. G-Corp is great because it's passive healing. Zwei is great because very good damage and very good damage reduction, and Lantern is just nice to have if you combo with Zwei or really any Gregor, because it's AoE piercing if you are able to uptie this to 4. But yeah, besides that, I wouldn't recommend anyone pull this banner. I think Dichi Rodion is probably going to be better. Probably. If the coins are good, she will live and be amazing. And if the coins are not great, then she will die. Yeah. Alright, besides that, we got UI changes. I love the UI changes. So first off, we actually have text here to tell you that this is the way to go to Terminus and this is the way to go to the next station. So this is super good, because when I first entered the railway, I had no clue that I had to click the arrows, even though they were kind of bright, but I just didn't know I had to click them. Yep. And then besides that, now when you select your egos, you actually have to click twice. It's like the first one is to preview the ego, second one is to confirm that the ego is going to be placed. So that is very important, because sometimes I bring in the wrong ego and I have to like double check that it's highlighted. So at least now you will definitely know that you're bringing the right ego, because you will see the screen, then you have to click again. So this is just nice. In addition to that, they also want to make it so that whenever you use your ego, you can see what happens to your resistances, because when you use an ego, right, your resistances will change to what that ego has. And so what happens is that the preview here will now show you what it will change to. So for Rodion, depending on which one you choose in terms of the ID, you will get a different resistance, and then once you pop the ego, you will get a different resistance as well. So maybe, for example, let's look at Rodion base. Let's look at the base Rodion. Base Rodion, okay, it's not shown here, but yeah, whatever. Okay, it's not shown here, but basically if you look at Rhyme Shank here, it will tell you that it will change to these elements here. Yeah. So now it will just show you better. That's what the UI changes. Okay, anyway. Besides that, interestingly, Molar Office, Otis, and Isang are going to be Season 2 onlys. So this is very important. It means that you must get these units now. If not, you will only be able to get them in Season 4. Same as what happened in Season 1 with Ninclair. So that's why a lot of new players in Season 2 don't have Ninclair. It's because they're not able to spark Ninclair, because he is a Season 1 exclusive. So that means the new players will only be able to get him in Season 3. Yep. So take note of that. It's going to be the same for Otis and Yisang as well, so make sure you log in every day and get your characters. Besides that, last one is that they're showing off the rewards for getting a sub 150 turns. I already did the run, so if you wanted to run the whale comp and just run that, you can go ahead. I haven't really tested out with the budget run yet, but I will put that on the to-do list as well. I need to show if we can get a budget run going and whether you can get 150. But if you're a long time player and you're doing Reflection Railway endgame, right, I think you'll be fine, honestly. I did it super badly, like there were a few unoptimized moves and I still got 130 something. So yeah, if you just like play better than me, you'll be fine. Yep. Let's see. For new players, I think this might be a bit too hard for you. 150 is actually pretty tricky. You will need to get something like a bunch of 3, 4, and 5s, and then keep everything below 6 turns or at 6 turns. Otherwise, you will not be able to hit the threshold for the 150. So it's a little bit tricky for the new players. Yeah, I'll try to figure out if there is a way. We still got quite a long time until the end of Season 2, so you will be able to just build up some units, I think. I'll just try to find a budget team that will help you to get the 150, maybe. Besides that, for the bug fixes, once again, we have this humongous wall of text with some of it you never ever encountering. What I'm gonna focus on is Kleinhammer Heathcliff here was gaining 1 blunt power up. But actually he was gaining 1 blunt damage up. So now they're changing it to blunt power up, which is slightly better than blunt damage, so Kleinhammer getting a small buff. Besides that, there was one here that was quite interesting. I believe it was the Centipede. High voltage electric discharge upon on use. You're supposed to lose your charge upon the use of this skill, and apparently it wasn't losing all of its charge, so that is getting fixed, I think. And then besides that, the rest I honestly never really encountered. There was one here, I think, where low morale or panic effects did not trigger properly against enemies with SP values. The thing is, if you are running the Unga Bunga team, right, you actually just kill them, so you never really see this effect happening. So yeah, it's quite possible that you just never see this at all. But hey, they're fixing it, right? And then yeah, besides that, I don't really care about the rest. And then we're getting 300 lunacy. So that is it for the patch notes. The main ones for me is the UI. Looks really nice. This new banner and the business card deco. These units being changed into Season 2 exclusive. Honestly, if you're already doing your attendance check, this is just whatever news for you. And then the last one is this UI changes here. Really nice for new players and really nice for some of the old players as well for this ego selecting. Yeah, I like it a lot. Alright, and then the last one is a apology letter from the director of Project Moon. So he's addressing the incident on the I believe the July 25th where the workers' artwork was being separated or something like that. And yeah, you can read it yourself, honestly. I just kind of yeah, I don't know. I love Project Moon's games, so this drama shit was kind of feels bad. But I'm still going to play the games anyway, so it really doesn't affect me too much. Yeah, but you can go ahead and read it. He's basically saying that he's going to be very strict against individuals and organizations that are cyberbullying their people. I just stay out of it, okay? So yeah, I just stay out. Let P-Moon settle the P-Moon things. The game is still very fun, very amazing, great story, so I'm going to keep playing them. Alright, so that really is all I have to say. Rodion looks super good. I can't wait to test her. I can't wait for these UI changes, and yeah, some of these news, you honestly, if you were already doing the attendance, you don't care. Yeah, I done the 150, so it looks nice, and then all this is whatever. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for Monday's news day. I think one thing I forgot to do recently is that I forgot to talk about the coins for Olga and Rain, the Molar gang, because their coins are actually revealed in the attendance, but I forgot to check them, so that will be on the next video. But that will be it for this news day, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Alright, goodbye everyone.